I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating, and today we're going to be talking about flirting tricks that will make them instantly like you. And you have to be careful with this because if you do this wrong, then it can cause very bad things to occur because this can be classified as a little bit of manipulation. But I know some of you kind of like that stuff. And so let's just hop right into it. So what this is known as, it is known as the disqualifier. And I actually have some notes right here of what I want to talk about because I don't want to miss anything. But basically, what a disqualifier is with attraction and with dating is that you put a reason between you two on why you two could never be together. And I'm going to explain in a few moments on why this actually works. But let me give you some examples of the disqualifier first. Let's say you're talking to a girl in conversation and you want to spark some flirty interaction, right? Some hot, passionate conversation. And so you would just look her in the eyes and be like, God, you're just way too innocent for me, right? Like you might do a cold read on her about like, oh, like you seem like the type of person that like you like to read books and everything. And she's like, oh yeah, I love to read books. And I'm like, reading books is a great thing. But still, like, you tease her on that just because that's your nature, right? So you pull out this line, for example, you're way too innocent for me. Like, it would just never work out between us. Like, I like adventure. And obviously, like, you'd want to just be at home and read boring books, right? And so it's like you're teasing her that way. And now it makes you a challenge because she's going to want to fight this. She's going to be like, no, I like adventure. And what you can do from there, later in the night, if you meet her at the club, is that you can be like, okay, let's go on an adventure right now, and you lead her and then you isolate her because that's where the magic happens, that's where sex happens, that's where seduction happens, is when you two are alone in isolation. And so it's a perfect technique, not only to spark flirty banter, but to lead her away from everybody else and isolate her. Another great example of the disqualifier is that if she brushes up against you, let's say she like bumps into you, like walks past you and brushes against you, you can just look at her and be like, whoa, I need some whining and dining before we get to that level, babe. And so, she's probably gonna slap your arm. She's gonna laugh at that. But the reason why this works is because it's a takeaway. Basically, like every single guy that she knows is trying their hardest to convince her on why they're a good option. They're trying their hardest to convince her, like trying to show off their car to her, trying to show off their money to her. And so she has all these guys throwing all these things at her, but then she gets that one guy, that one rare guy that takes it all away, that puts a reason between you two on why you could never work out together. And suddenly that makes you attractive because it makes you a challenge. Now she's like, I have all these other guys, like what's wrong with this guy? Like, why can't I get this guy to like me? And then suddenly it puts the frame on you that she needs to work harder for you to get your attention, to gain your attention. And so that's what's valuable, and that's why this works. And so use it wisely. I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating, and let me know in the comments below if you've ever done that before or what your greatest disqualifier line is. And I will see you next time.